welcome to Spoiler Check. Today we have the last of the Liberator, BT22 cards to go through, right?
Yeah, last of the
Yes.
BT22. Last of the BT22 Liberators also, but yeah. Remember to like and subscribe, consider becoming a channel member, go and check out Card Trader for some good deals, and today we will start with Liberator stuff.
Indeed, and I own a Bandai and apology, because I was not familiar with your design. Last week, I think it was last week, I had a rant how the Liberator Aqua stuff sucks. There's no win condition. There's no way to win the game. The cards are bad. They are mediocre. They do nothing. But then, this week, or well, technically last week, because this is Monday when you're first hearing this, we got Ariemon. And Ariemon is a 14 play cost, 14,000 DP, level 7 blue Digimon Aquatic Liberator, of course, that can evolve from level 6 blue for a cost of 4, or while you have a Yao Kingland, it can evolve from Marine Bullmon for a cost of 6. It has Decode level 6 or lower with Aqua or Sea Animal in any trait. And it has 2 phenomenal abilities. When Digivolving, you may play 1 each of level 3, level 4 and level 5 Digimon cards with Aqua or Sea Animal in any of their traits from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. And when Digivolving, when attacking once per turn by placing 1 of your other Digimon as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, return 1 of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck and this Digimon unsuspense. It's good!
This is actually really good. This is like the payoff for years of Play for Sources support.
Yeah, because basically all of our Play from Sources have been like, okay, you get to play one other Digimon and then you maybe do something else. You might have a removal strapped on it, or you might not have removal strapped on it. And this is just like, no. I will spit out almost all of my sources to the field, and then I remove anything you have on the field.
Yeah.
So
this is a really good card. I'm glad that you got this, and I'm for every Aquatic Support enjoyer, I'm glad that Ariemon is here. Yeah. I hated how it came to be in the web novel, but I love that you have it.
Yeah, that's it. That is a different conversation completely how it happened in the Liberator comic, but the card itself is it's everything and everything you want. And I actually enjoy a lot how they are apparently going to do this for probably for every line that will get a level 7, where you can evolve from level 5 for a cost of 6 as long as you have the Tamer on board. So you can, some decks, for example, my first version of Aquatic I was going through in my head, I have 1 level 6, and that is Mirage Gammamon, because you wanted me to put it there. But you can, in Aquatic, you can probably skip the whole level 6, or at least close to that. Play super minimal amount of level 6 Digimons, because this is better than any of your level 6 Digimons you can have on the board.
Yeah. Only thing that I was thinking, besides Mirage Gammamon, is that would you like to play some level 6 aces? Can you decode the Metal Sidramon ace with this?
Yes, you can.
So that could be a solid thing, because this has decode. So the level 6 is not worthless. Yeah.
That is one thing I was also thinking, some level 6. And there are other interesting things, you could play Xiangpengmon. When you decode Xiangpengmon from under this, if you have any other Digimon still on board, you can just put them under Xiangpengmon and bolt your opponent's whole field or something to the hand. So there are those kinds of things you can do. But this is also super efficient finisher, because this itself of course it can unsuspend with the when Digivolving when attacking. So if you can keep your turn when you Digivolve, you can attack unsuspend. That is the most obvious way to do things. But you can also do things like slot the Deep Saver's Mega Seedramon under your stack. And then you can do things like, or like you can do like attack with Marine Bullmon, use the Tamer to push like Mega Seedramon under the stack. Then you can use the new option card we haven't yet looked at, but it basically gives you ability to go to this for like 3 from Marine Bullmon. And then you spit out the Mega Seedramon from under this to unsuspend. And now if your turn is still going, you can attack with Ariemon, put the Mega Seedramon under it to unsuspend, and then you can attack and use Mega Seedramon's effect to put another Digimon from the field under it and unsuspend. So you can attack like 4 times with this same Digimon in one turn. And
it's basically Mirage Gammamon Burst Mode.
Yeah, or any other blue like unsuspending deck like old Metal Garurumon or
any other blue Digimon.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm super excited and I'm happy Bandai finally gave me like a true like finisher Aquatic with the idea of like putting those cards under there. We got Giga Seedramon, which is like
Giga Seedramon is solid, but it's nothing compared to this.
Yeah, and Giga Seedramon is a little bit different from what I want from my like play stuff from Digivolution sources, because the current Giga Seedramon deck is like you don't really put anything extra under there. You don't do anything like that interesting things. It's just like, okay, I play this one thing out and maybe put it immediately back so I can unsuspend my Giga Seedramon or something like that.
Yeah, it's just conditional unsuspending.
Yeah, but like with these new cards and like with Ariemon, you can actually like play this like you can even like just go wide because you can have like 4 Digimons on board.
Yeah.
Or maybe like 3 because you probably like put one of them under this to bottom deck your opponent's like biggest thing or best thing. But like you can go to this. Even going like, okay, I have Marine Bullmon, I use training, go to 4, pay 4 to go to this, and then just play stuff and bottom deck your opponent's best thing. That can be like game winning. So
I just had the first thing that came in my mind, because there is the play level 3, 4, and 5, was like if it passes the turn, you can just play BT19 Gammamon and delete that 3, 4, and 5.
That would be sad.
Yeah.
But there's the thing that like Marine Bullmons and the new Shell all have a decode.
Yeah.
So you can actually like can't you like if you have cards under them that they can decode into, isn't it like when you use this Ariemon's effect to put it under this Digimon, you can actually activate the decode on the Digimon you're trying to put under this?
I'm kinda sure that it's how it works, but
yeah, decode level 3
when
is
this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by in battle, yeah. So yes, you can.
Yeah, so you can actually like you can actually like keep your like field as wide as possible in certain situations with this.
I love this. This goes like wide and hard at the same time.
Yeah. There's the only problem with this is the fact that this deck doesn't have any protections. Like decode is like pseudo protection, but it's not like hard protection.
Yeah.
So and medieval Gammamon absolutely guts this.
That's true.
Like you can't even like you need to have like another Digimon on board beforehand when you go to this so you can bottom deck the medieval before you play everything from under this. But if your opponent has medieval, you probably can't have another Digimon on board. So it's like I'm pretty sure medieval Gammamon just wins against this deck.
That's true.
But I don't want to think about that. Card is good. I'm excited.
You just play your own medieval Gammamon. So
Yeah.
let's move on. We have Yao, Quinlang, 3 play cost blue, Liberator, Tamer. Start off your main phase by returning this Tamer to bottom of the deck. You may play one Yao, Quinlang from your hand without paying the cost. Then, if you don't have Digimon, you may play one Sangamon from your trash without paying the cost. All turns, when effects add Digivolution cards to any of your Digimon with Aqua or Sea Animal in any of their traits by suspending this Tamer, draw 1.
It's fine.
It's like the BT... Can't remember. The... Shoto, yeah, that we got last time.
I actually didn't even... I had completely forgot about that Shoto Tamer, the BT20 Shoto. Because I thought like, when they revealed Mirai, I thought Mirai was the first time they made like, put this Tamer to the bottom of the deck. But it was actually Shoto.
Yeah,
so,
true.
Or was it like...
But Mirai works kinda differently.
Yeah. But like, this card is like okay, but I kinda like the other Yaos more. Maybe the thing why this will be played at the end is the fact that you can like
draw.
That also, but like you can activate this effect with the level 5 we are going to talk about later when you warp into Marine Bullmon. You can actually use this effect and then use the next card we are going to talk about to go to Ariemon for like 6 combined 6 or 5 cost if you have like Sangamon, there's a certain Sangamon on board. But like I'm not the biggest fan of this card myself.
Yeah, I don't like the design of these kind of cards.
Yeah.
Let my Tamer be Tamers. Actually, BT17 Tyan Curry is the first one that bottom decks itself to do something.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the fact that you can play Sangamon from trash with this. That is like pretty nice because
it's like Scramble.
Yeah, because blue doesn't have that much like recursion, so when your Sangamons go to trash, you're like, okay.
Scramble is kinda the only thing.
Yeah, so this kinda does the same kind of like. The only problem is that it's start of your main phase, so you can't even bring something out from your breeding area to get the Digimon. So that's a strike against this.
But if you have nothing, this like helps you build back.
But I do like, I like the other Tamers more, and like I think the memory setter will be super important for the Ariemon deck as a whole because it's a memory setter which also already helps, and then it can do those like mid-attack shenanigans because you can put cards under and then do things. Yeah.
Before we talk about the next card, I just want to point out if you look at the card art of unique emblem Poseidia Lagoon, Yao and Sangamon are from the BT19 Yao alt art.
What? Yeah, those are actually both alt arts. Like that is Yao's alt art and that is Ryugumon's alt art.
Ryugumon is not that obvious because it does not have the background, but like neither does Yao and Sangamon, but it's still like never realized that they like recycled arts like this before.
Yeah, this is like super recycled as a whole, kinda. But yeah, the card is indeed a 3 use cost option, blue option card, unique emblem Poseidia Lagoon. It's a Liberator traded card. Main, you may play one Sangamon or King from your hand or trash without paying the cost, then place this card in the battle area. Your turn, when any of your Yaoking Land suspend, delay, one of your Digimon with Aqua or Sea Animal in any of its traits may digivolve into an Aquatic and Liberator trait Digimon card in the hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 3. And security, activate this card's main effect.
I think this is the first time we saw like this kind of double requirement.
Yeah, this and the other unique emblem in this set will be the first cards that require like this trait and this trait both. Like, this is Aquatic Liberator and the other one will be Puppet Liberator. But I kind of like it because this is supposed to be only for Yaos.
Yeah.
But it's also like it narrows the deck building space a little bit. But on the other hand, like if it was only like Aquatic, I guess it could go like pretty bananas at certain points or something.
Yeah, and it makes it like harder to future-proof. So this is future-proof card.
Yeah. So, and maybe it's fine to just leave this to like the Liberator Aquatic stuff. But the card itself is super solid for the deck, I think, because
works great with Ariamon.
Yeah, and it's like you basically use one card to set up like two parts of your big combos.
Yeah.
So it's like you can play this to play like your memory setter for one reduction, basically. Or you can just like, of course, you can also play Sangomons to like, so you can set up like your delay and play like search more cards, something like that. So, and I do enjoy that it also plays from trash. So again, like if your opponent just like hits the Sangomon from your securities, if you have it in trash, you can play this and just play the Sangomon or something.
Yeah, and the fact that it activates the main from security is really good.
Yeah, that is really like you can get like your opponent attacks your security and Poseidia Lagoon. Well, I play this Yao and I now have Poseidia Lagoon on the field also.
Yep.
That is like so much memory like saved and cheated at one card there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited about this card also in the deck, and it's probably my first draft had like three of this, I think. I played a lot of like options because it feels like the deck will be like, I will play all these memory boosts and trainings and stuff so I can try and keep my turn when I go to Ariamon.
Yeah. This is also uncommon, so it will have a pre-release stamp. Or a release event stamp nowadays. Then the last Liberator Aquatic Support card we have in this set is Marine Bullmon 7 play cost 7000 DP evils on top of level 4 blue for cost of 3. Hand main if you have a Yao by placing one Shellmon from your trash as any of your Sangomon's bottom Digivolution card. It digivolves into this card for Digivolution cost of 3, ignoring Digivolution requirements. Decode a level 4 with Aqua or Sea animal in any of its traits, and a rule trait has Aquatic type. Inherit end of attack once per turn. You may play one level 4 or lower card with Aqua or Sea animal in any of its traits from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. So we can bring out Sangomon, go to this, and use the unique emblem to go to Ariamon.
Yeah, and if you have the Sangomon that we got last, the
BT20 Sangomon.
Yeah, BT21 Sangomon that evolves for 1 less for Mollusk or Aquatic. So you can use this effect to go to on top of that for 2, and then you can like use the emblem to go to Ariamon for 3. So you pay 5 to go from level 3 to level 7. That spits out 3 Digimons, and like then you only need to have like what memory setter Yao and
a boost.
And boost. But you need to have some Yao that can suspend when you use this effect.
True.
So you need to have the new Yao, or you need to have the promo Yao, because that can also suspend at that point.
Yeah.
I think is it so that like if you use the promo Yao, do you need to like evolve with it? Can an effect add Digivolution cards to any of your Digimon with Aqua or Sea animal in any of their traits by suspending this system made Digivolve? Okay, so you can just suspend this Yao and be like, Look at that Yao suspended unique emblem.
Yep. So this is actually a really solid wave of support. Wave, not pun included.
It was a good pun, not intended.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super hyped about these cards, and like this also made like these cards and kind of like the next batch of cards we are like going through kind of cemented the fact that I want to buy this set.
Should we move to the next wave of Liberator support or not?
Yes.
Well, next like set in a set.
Next page.
Yeah, true.
Pun very much intended.
Yes.
We got another a completely new level 7 Digimon that is 14 play cost 14,000 DP, a yellow Nyabutmon. It's a puppet Liberator Digimon that can evolve on top of level 6, a yellow for a cost of 4, or it can evolve while you have Arisa Kinosaki from Chaperomon for a cost of 6. It has Overclock puppet trait. When digivolving, you may play one level 4 or lower puppet trait Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. Then to one of your opponent's Digimon give a minus 3,000 DP until their turn ends for each of your Digimon. All turns once per turn. When any of your other Digimon are deleted, you may activate one of these Digimons when digivolving effect.
Yeah. This is really solid for the deck.
Yeah, it's...
And I love
it's
the
like,
design, what the hell?
it's just... yeah. And the name is something, I'm like,
yeah,
really? But it looks really nice, and like... The first time I read this, I was like not that impressed, but then I realized it's like, okay, you might have like, with this effect and like the other things you can do, you can easily have something like 3 Digimons on board.
Yeah.
And you give like minus 9,000, and then you just use the overclock to delete something, use the when digivolving effect again, and then you give like another minus 9,000 or something. So it's the only thing I don't like about this is the fact that this doesn't play that well together with like Kaguyamon especially, which in my opinion is it's like the best new puppet support. But
that's
on the other hand, this does play pretty well with Karakurumon. Yes, Karakurumon, because you can do like things like go to the Shusumon that like plays you the token, go to Karakurumon, kill the token, go to Sendrilmon, or technically you can also go to Kaguyamon, but Sendrilmon is better.
Yeah. The starter deck Sendrilmon works with this really well because it spits out 2 tokens.
Yeah, that is also true. I have never really like thought about the starter deck Sendrilmon that much, but that is true because it gives you 2 tokens, so it's probably even better in this deck. And like you can go to Sendrilmon, you get the tokens because you can use the when digivolving things however you want, and then you use the promo Arisa to gain 1 memory, and then you can use Arisa's unique emblem that does this exactly same thing as the Yao's.
Yeah.
You go to this for 1, so basically you went to this for free because you gained the 1 from the Yao, and not Yao, the Arisa. So then the only thing is like how much did you pay for your like
Karakurumon
or Shusumon or whatever you did that turn. And technically you can have things like you can have like Mirai on board, and when you go to Karakurumon you can bottom deck Mirai to play like Shumon to kill that.
Yeah, you can go pretty wide while going up your chain.
And you can do it like super efficiently, but it depends on like how much setup you have.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
but
true.
It can do like, and then you can also always just go straight from Chaperomon, of course, with like, because this can also evolve straight from Chaperomon if you have Arisa. So
yeah,
you can just go like Chaperomon, play a level 3 I'm talking about the old Superamon, the first good one. Like, it plays you another Digimon, you use Arisa to gain a memory, then you go to this with the emblem for like 3, and then you play another Digimon, and then you like go from there.
If you have even okay setup, you can go pretty wide and destroy pretty big things with Nyabotmon.
Yeah, I think like if you get to like 3 things when Nyabotmon's first when Digivolving resolves that you give minus 9,000, I think you technically can kill basically anything except like something that has been buffed to like high heavens. But like minus 18,000 is something that kills most of the things.
And you can get rid of like Magnamon X's and Galantmon X's with this because it sticks until the end of your opponent's turn.
Yeah, because it's until your opponent's turn ends. It's like there are like, I'm not sure if there's like any Digimon that could like, or like more like there are very, very few Digimons that are naturally over 18,000 DP on your own turn when you like start your turn.
Yeah, maybe Medushamon with the right like inherits or Machindramon with my right inherits, but like
yeah, but it's like
really
so
rare.
Yeah. And then you're like so small at that point that like, does it even matter?
Yeah. Then
but
we have also Arisa Kinosaki. Yeah, Nyabotmon is really good, and this Arisa is like the same as the 3 play cost yellow Tamer. Start of your main phase by returning this Tamer to bottom of the deck. You may play one Arisa Kinosaki from your hand without paying the cost. Then if you don't have Digimon, you may play one Shumon from your trash without paying the cost. All turns when any of your tokens or puppet rate Digimon are played by suspending this Tamer, draw 1.
Yeah, it's fine.
Did the Shoto draw cards?
No, it gave like 2,000 BP or something.
These are much better because these draw cards.
Yeah, Shoto was end of your turn by suspending this Tamer. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and until end of their turn, one of your Digimon with Vortex Warriors trait gains plus 2,000 DP.
Yeah, well, okay, suspending is okay at that point, but like with Vortex also, of course.
And
but like
Shoto also plays a level 3 Digimon card with Avian or Bird in any of its traits from your trash, so it's not like locked into Theramon only.
Interesting.
I guess like I think I like this Arisa a little bit better than Yao as a whole, because I think like the fact that you can get Shumon out and then like warp into Chopperamon that we're going to see as the last card, it's the same as Marin Bullmon but Chopperamon.
Yeah.
And you can warp to that and then you can technically go from there to Nyabotmon. But to me, Ariemon feels more like a card that wants to attack the turn it comes out. Nyabotmon is more like, okay, I can still like put pretty good control as a whole.
Yeah.
And I think you can also, can you use overclock if you can't attack? Can you still like delete one of your Digimons for the overclock? At the end of your turn, by deleting one of your other puppet trait Digimon, this Digimon may attack a player without suspending. So I guess you can use it.
Yeah, you can just attack. Or that's my like thoughts about that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you could use overclock without attacking just to delete your own stuff.
Yeah, and with Nyabotmon you can actually like remove 2 different things also. So that's also a possibility.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still not sure if these Tamers are like any good as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, are they good enough? The Promo Arisa is probably the best Tamer in this deck going forward, and the
I'd hazard to guess so.
Price of that card is ridiculous, and so yeah, this is whatever to me. Maybe I'm wrong and this is like super important, but
Yeah.
I
need to search my bulk box if I still have Arisas.
I would very much like you to find some of those. But yeah, next we have the unique emblem, Fable Waltz.
It's the exact same card as the Yaos card.
Yeah, it's a 3-use cost yellow option card. The main, you may play from your hand or paying the cost, then place this card in the battle area. Your turn, when any of your Arisakina is spent, delay one of your puppet trait Digimon may digivolve into a puppet, and Liberator trait Digimon card in the hand with the digivolution cost reduced by 3 and security activate this card's main effect. So.
Well, we kind of talked about this when we talked about Yaos, but I think like the main difference is that you probably want to go Sendrilmon between your like or like you don't want to warp straight from 5 to 7 as often because you probably want to play the tokens with Sendrilmon also.
Yeah, that is very much something I expected to happen, and like it's interesting to see like what will be the level 6 lineup in this deck in the end. Like
if we are just
if
you are just concentrating on Nyabutmon, I think probably we are going to see more of the starter deck Sendrilmon. How was the new Sendrilmon? It plays your token, okay. So
it plays your 1 token. Yeah. And then
so the starter deck Sendrilmon is probably the best one with Nyabutmon.
Yeah, probably. And starter deck Sendrilmon also has 3 like evolve costs.
True.
So that is nice. Yeah.
Then we also have Chopperamon that is the same as the
Marine Bullman.
Yeah, 7 play cost 7000 DP. Same hand main effect, but you need to have Arisa and Shumon in trash and Shumon on field. So yes. And inherit this all turns once per turn. When this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by your effects by deleting one of your tokens other than or other puppet trait Digimon, it doesn't leave.
Yeah, and this has overbooked puppet trait also.
True.
It's such a strange place to have those.
Yeah, but I think this is a good card in the deck because sometimes you just want to warp.
Yeah, I think these warp ones will be played just for the fact that you can like cheat memory and go straight from like. They're especially good when you're going for your like 2nd or 3rd stack or something, when you have stuff in the trash already and like Shumons will be in the trash at that point if you some of your things have already died.
Yeah.
So you can more easily just go to this for 3. So, and it again has the best like all the inherit that all the puppet Liberator 5s have. It's protection, and protection is always good. Yeah. And it's super synergistic with like Nyabutmon, Kaguyamon and stuff like that, because and actually the new Sendrilmon also, because they all have like when any of your other Digimon are deleted, do something. So those are like those protections also give you an ability to activate your good effects on your like boss monsters.
Yeah.
So then
let's move to CS stuff.
Yeah, and we were waiting for this. We were waiting.
Yeah.
What does Mother Eater do? And here we finally get a Mother Eater, and actually we get also Eater Eve and Eater Adam, which we were also wondering what those cards will do. Mother Eater is a white 20 play cost Digiek with no level, of course, and it's CS and Eater traded, and it has a lot of text. Breeding, start of your main phase. Look at your Digiek deck's top card. Among them, you may place Mother Eater as this Digimon's top Digivolution cards. Then, if this Digimon has 10 or more Digivolution cards, you may play 3 Mother Eaters from its Digivolution cards without paying the cost. Breeding, all turns, all of your Mother Eaters in the battle area are treated as having 16,000 DP. On play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. And inherit effect, breeding, all turns once per turn. When any of your Eater trait Digimon would leave the battle area other than plays them as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards.
Yeah, it blanked a little, other than by your own effects, yeah. But it's wild, and I think this is the first time that we have DGX with play cost.
Yeah, with play cost and on play effect also, which is kind of wild.
True. And like, I still don't know the definite answer, but the breeding effect, all of your mother eater in the battle area treated having 16,000 DP. So there were talk that this might work like that it always has 16,000 DP, even if there is buffs or debuffs.
Yeah, that is technically possible. We don't have like confirmation yet, I think, for that.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Yeah, and now what's the name of the Tamer? The white Tamer from this set, Sugoi? Something? Not? Suedo. Akemi Suedo. Now this inherit makes sense because it gives Mother Eater a Rush, Alliance, and Scapegoat. So now we understand how this like goes with that, and like now the deck starts to make more sense because you're like, okay, you amass these like eaters under this and like gain cost reductions for your eaters, and then at some point you just spit out 3 Mother Eaters to the field.
Yeah. This might be kinda like really cheap deck to build.
That is technically possible, yes.
Of course, you need Aratas and Yugos, but...
Yeah, but as a whole, like, depending on what other things there will be in the deck, I guess. If there will be, I haven't thought about, like, the build of this deck at all.
Neither have I.
So it's like, it might be super cheap, as you said, to build. But wasn't Mother Reaper also kinda cheap-ish at the time?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Before, it was mandatory to include 3 to 4 death Axmons in there.
Yeah, but like as a whole. Yeah. Otherwise it wasn't like...
Then we have Eater Eve, it's 6 play cost white Digimon without a level, it has CS rate and it's 7,000 DP. It digivolves on top of Yugo for cost of 3, it has a raid. On play when digivolving until your opponent turn ends, one of their Digimon can't suspend. Then if this Digimon has no Digivolution card, you may place 1 Yugo from your hand or trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. All turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area, you may play 1 Yugo from its Digivolution cards without paying the cost.
So it feels like this deck is not supposed to like play the Tamers straight to the field. It feels like you're either playing this or the Eater Adam that can just take like Yugo and Arata from your hand or trash under them, and then when they are like leaving, you get those Tamers to the board. So I need to remember what was Yugo's inherit. When attack target changes, if this Digimon is Eater Eve, one of your Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP for the turn.
So it works with raid really well.
Yeah, so this is basically like 10,000 DP raid Digimon also.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. Arata had, when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, if the Digimon is Eater Adam, you may change the attack target to one of your unidentified or CS trait Digimon.
So there's red inherit and black inherit.
Yeah, indeed. This card is probably fine, especially if you can get like those like play cost reductions, so you can play this for like 4, 3 or less, and then you can just get the Yugo under it, go from there. So it feels fine. Yep, and then we also have Eater Adam, which is 8 play cost, 10,000 DP white Digimon without a level. It's CS and Eater traded, of course. It can digivolve from Arata Sanada for 4. It has security attack +1 on play. When digivolving, delete one of your opponent's play cost 7 or lower Digimon. Then if this Digimon has no Digivolution card, cards, you may place one Arata Sanada from your Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. All turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area, you may play paying the cost.
Yeah.
So a little bit of removal with like pretty aggressive attacking body.
I like this. Of course, it's for Digivolution cost from Arata, but it's 10,000 DP attackers.
Yeah, and I have a like feeling that you probably. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe you have this like, especially that Arata is memory setter, so it's more like playable straight from the hand.
True, that's
but
true.
There's also the Ether human form. Actually, when it checks security, you may play a Tamer card with CS straight from your hand without paying the cost. So you can actually play. You have multiple ways to play these like Tamers for free in the deck.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I just checked it.
Yeah.
Just now, so it's like.
I think this is an interesting deck.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how the deck is like. Is it fast enough? How it's going to win? Like, what is the actual win condition? Is it just like... Because, like, you need to get 10 or more Digivolution cards for Mother Ether. So, like, you can get 3 from your, like, Digiegg deck. So, you need to get 7 things under this more to actually get those Mother Ethers. So... It's interesting, I have to say.
But we have the Ether species form that is allowed to be played as 50 copies in the deck, so...
Yeah, of course, but like, and human form species form under the mother, but like, I'm just wondering, is it fast enough? And like, do you have enough other things to like control the game so you don't just lose or something? I don't know.
That's a thing that we have to see. But this deck feels interesting. I might build it.
Yeah. Then we move to your favorite support.
I'm so happy. We have new Rina Shinomiya 4 play cost CS rated blue Tamer. That is a memory setter. So start of your main phase if you have 2 or less memory set it to 3. On play, one of your Digimon with Veedramon in its name gets plus 3000 DP until your opponent's turn ends. Your turn. When any of your Digimon with Veedramon in its name attacks by returning this Tamer to the hand, that Digimon gains jamming for the turn. So this works really well with the old Rina and with the old Ulforce because you can just if you have multiple Rinas on field, you can just swing, unsuspend, and play this, unsuspend, and loop that as many times as you have Rinas on field.
Yeah.
And jamming, it's blue card, so jamming has to read somewhere in there.
Needs to have jamming somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about this. Like, yeah, it's memory setter, so that's fine. Although, like, someone was like, "But Davis searches are so good."
I've always hated Davis in Ulforce because it always bottom decks your Tamers.
but yeah, this card is probably good. Like, I don't have any in Force that much.
Yeah,
so
I
just
love it. And nobody says that you can play Davis still. So
yeah, that is true.
But this might like narrow down your amounts of Tamers you play in the deck because you can loop this.
Indeed. And plus 3000 DPs, that is also fine. Like, you can get blocker from the old Rina, right? Yeah. So you can have like pretty big blocker also.
Yeah.
That's fine. Then we have a new Iroved 7-play 10,000 DP Digimon that is Holy Dragons rated evolves from level 4 blue for a cost of 3 or from level 4 with CS trait for a cost of 3. On play, when Digivolving, return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. End of your turn, once per turn, one of your blue Digimon or Tamers may unsuspend. Inherit all turns once per turn when this Digimon with Veedramon in its name suspends. If you have a blue Tamer, this Digimon may unsuspend.
And this just adds fuel to the fire. More ways to unsuspend.
Yeah. Infinite ways to unsuspend. Not infinite, but like
But infinite.
And it's all turns, so it also works with like, I have my Ulforce is now blocker or blocker evader. So it's like your opponent tries to delete it. You evade, you unsuspend. Now your opponent needs 2 more removals to get rid of it because it can evade again. Or when you block, you unsuspend, so you can have double blocks and so on. So
and you can like just block, and if you were going to die, you just like unsuspend again with evade.
Yeah.
Or with the new BT22 inherits also.
I need to check those because I can't remember.
I think it was when it would leave the battle area by suspending.
When this Digimon with Veedramon in its name would leave the battle area by your opponent's effects by suspending this Digimon, it doesn't leave. Yeah. Now you basically have you have double protection against any kind of removal that is not Digivolve.
Or DP minus.
Or DP minus, yeah.
Yeah. Then we also have new UlforceVeedramon. It's an ace this time. 7 play cost 12,000 DP. Evolves on top of a level 5 blue for cost of 4, or on top of level 5 with CS trade for cost of 3. Level 6 blue Digimon if I didn't say it. Hand counter plus Digivolve on play when Digivolving. Activate one of the effects below. Return one of your opponent's lowest level Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Or you may play 1 play cost 4 or a lower blue Tamer card from your hand without paying the cost. When attacking, this Digimon may unsuspend and overflow -4. This is fine.
The most important thing is that Gammamon is getting punched in the head.
Yes. This is fine, but I hate the fact that it does not evolve on top of Veedramon in name. Or what is that? Veedramon for 3. So like...
That is interesting.
Yeah, but this is not your main attacker.
Yeah, I was just like going to say that this is probably not the level 6 you're like trying to go into as your first like level 6.
Yeah, not at all. This is a fine secondary attacker because it...
It does have like lots of good text.
Yeah.
Like lots of good text.
Yeah, you can either bounce or play a Tamer. And you can bottom deck. And it can unsuspend with the new Veedramon's inherit. You can swing 3 times with this.
Yeah. So that is like...
And then you can go to Ulforce X and swing one more time, and then you can go to Omniax. So...
No. But yeah, it's... I'm still, as I have said multiple times, I'm a hater of like ace cards as your like finishers.
Yeah, I don't enjoy this as a main boss in the deck, so the BT11 Ulforce is still the best Ulforce in the deck.
Yeah. The only thing is like now that you have like so much of that like protection baked in with like evades and like by unsuspended don't leave the field, so maybe that's enough to like
allow you to play a level 6 as a boss. Level 6 ace as a boss.
And the removal there is actually super good if your opponent doesn't have a wide field. Like if they only have 1 Digimon, you can just like, well, I will play this and remove your Digimon.
And with the old Rina, when one of your Digimon with Veedramon in its name becomes suspended, by suspending this Tamer, activate one of that Digimon when Digivolving effects. So...
You can double up when Digivolving.
Or if you have multiple Rinas on field, you can just like bottom deck all of your opponent's field.
Yeah, but basically like even having like 1 Rina on board before you go to this and you get to attack with this, you're like, okay, I will, when Digivolving, bottom deck something, attack, use Rina, bottom deck something. And that could already like devastate your opponent's whole field.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like this. I wanted more, but this also works in Royal Knight because it's 7 play cost, so it's like your turn 1 play. Sadly, it can't play Cool Boy for you. Or gladly, it depends.
Then next we got the most random support cards in BT22 in my opinion. We got a new Gauss Gammamon, level 4 blue, 4 play cost 5000 DP Digimon that can evolve blue for a cost of 2, or from Gammamon for a cost of. When attacking once per turn by placing one Digimon card Gammamon in its name from your hand, Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, draw 1, inherit. Say it with me, jamming.
This is just super random Gammamon support out of nowhere, and like this is a really blue card.
Yeah, couldn't we have used these 2 slots for anything else? Like, did Bandai just have 2 slots and they were like, nothing really goes here? How about Gammamon?
I have a theory that Kai is Bandai and he wanted to have some Gammamon support, so yes. Then we also have SN Gammamon 4 play cost 5000 DB level 4 green Digimon, also on top of level 3 green for a cost of 2, or on top of Gammamon for a cost of 2. On play when evolving by placing one Digimon card with Gammamon in its text from your hand as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, it gains blocker and plus 3000 DP until your opponent turn ends, and inherit piercing.
It's very green.
It's very green, yes.
Also, now I just realized that, like, they actually put a Gammamon in name from hand. So it's only like level 3s and 4s, right?
Yeah, but you have a shit ton of those.
Yeah, but like you can't put like level 5s or 6 that have like actually pretty good effects, like inherit effects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit like narrowed down what they can do, and like I'm not even sure are these like any good. Well, they have many like things where when you put card under them you have like combinations there, but I have no idea if this is good enough.
Neither do I. Please tell us in the comments. And let's move on to Appmon stuff before we go to back to effing DM.
Yeah, we got the level 5 Appmons for the new Appmon deck. First we have a level 5 yellow and black 8 play cost 8000 DP Entermon that can evolve from level 4 yellow for a cost of 4, or from any color super for a cost of 4, I guess. It can also app fusion from Mediamon cost of 0. It has Alliance, and on play when digivolving you may link one level 4 Digimon card from your hand or this Digimon's Digivolution cards to this Digimon without paying the cost. Your turn, once per turn when this Digimon gets linked, you may play one play cost 4 or lower card with the Appmon trait from your hand without paying the cost. This has link to an Appmon trait for a cost of 3. When linking to one of your opponent's Digimon, give minus 4000 DP for the turn for each of your Digimon the Appmon trait, and this gives 4000 DP while it's linked.
If you can go wide, you can give like really much DP minus with this.
Yeah, it's like, it's definitely like this version's like whole idea is go super wide, like extra wide with all of your like Appmon stuff. I'm just like, I'm a little bit, I fear a little bit, do you have enough cards? And like, I was thinking, why would I play their own, like the new Appmon, like egg, the Tapmon, when I can play Swipemon that draws me cards? Because you are playing these from your hand, or, well, this also plays from Digivolution cards, but like, there's many things, if I remember right, that like play from hand also. It's like level 4s play from hand, I think. So it's like, do you have enough cards in your hand to actually like do all these things?
Yeah, the old deck just feels this better.
Yeah. So
I like the fact that you can play Tamer also with this your turn effect.
true. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, it's Appmon trait just.
Yeah.
Digimon Support. Yeah. Okay,
This is a solid card, I think, and I think this will see. Of course, this will see play in its own deck, but like I think this is a good card.
Yeah, and I have to say one thing that really like sells this card for me more is the fact that Dreammon is one of the
True.
application materials. Dreammon is probably the best new level 4 because for those who don't remember what Dreammon does, I'm not like judging you for not that. It has all turns once per turn. When this Digimon gets linked, your opponent's effects can't return one of your hands or decks until it ends. And it has when linking D-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon.
Yeah.
So that makes
really
it so much easier to like, you can this when Digivolving to link the Dream to this D-Digivolve something, and then you can like play another Appmon card, and then if you can go to like level 6 or something, link this. It's easier to kill things or like D-Digivolve multiple or something.
This feels much more interesting than the Gammamon deck to me.
Yeah, this feels interesting, but it's probably worse.
Yeah, that's true. Then we have also Fakemon fake cards in Bandai's revealed. What is this? Level 5 purple and green. Appmon 8 play cost 8000 DP. Levels on top of level 4 with that is purple or green for cost of 4 or any super for cost of 4. App Fusion, Roarmon and Effectmon for cost of 0. Retaliation, on play when Digivolving you may link one level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash or this Digimon's Digivolution cards to this Digimon without paying the cost. All turns once per turn when this Digimon would leave the battle area, you may play one of these Digimon's link cards without paying the cost. Link Appmon trait 3. Appmon trait cost 3 scapegoat, and this gives plus 4000 DP. It's camouflage and tool.
Yeah, actually Entermon was entertainment traded, which is actually
it's searchable.
It's searchable by the MCmon. So
do you mean MCmon?
Yes, I definitely mean that. But yeah, so that is actually relevant that the Entermon has entertainment. Fakemon is like this tries to be like the what was the protection Appmon from the last
Kalismon.
Yeah, this tries to be like the Kalismon of this deck, I think.
Or Charismon.
It's just like Charismon. Yeah. So, but this is way worse because Scapegoat is not as good as the Charismon thing. Good thing for me about this is the fact that this can play from trash, link from trash. That is good, but this doesn't do anything when you link into it. And those App Fusion Digimons are so bad.
Yeah.
Like Effectmon is fine-ish, I would say, because it has on-play division, it has when link division, it can come from security. So Effectmon is fine. But Roarmon, that was absolute garbage if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it suspends when it comes out of security.
Yeah, it has on-play
and when it links. One of your opponent Digimon can't unsuspend. That
is so bad, so bad.
No, it suspends when it links also.
Yeah, it is very, very bad.
Oh, it was more bad even than I remembered.
Yeah, so this is, but you need to play this because you want to like.
App Fusion.
Actually, wait a second. You can't actually link this straight to. Or you couldn't do that either with Clovemon. Okay, I somehow thought that Clovemon just could like put Charismon under it, but that's not right.
No, Gammamon could do that.
Yeah. So you need to have something that you can link this to Entermon and like probably it's the option card that searches.
Yeah.
I think can do that at the end of turn or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But yeah, I'm going to build this deck because I hate myself and I want to play bad decks. But
hey, if you do that, maybe you should build the next cards deck also.
No. I'm not that crazy. So the next, it's my turn. Yes.
Yeah.
So we go back to DM support. This is a Digimon level 4 green 3 play cost 3000 Digimon that has DM and version 2 traits, and actually carnivorous plant. That could matter because it's plant traded.
But it doesn't.
Yeah. It can evolve from level 3 green for cost 2, or from level 3 with DM trait for cost 2. End of your turn once per turn by placing 3 Digimon cards with version 2 trait from your trash and face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. It may digivolve into a Digimon card with the version 2 trait in the hand or trash. Inherit piercing.
Nah.
It's whatever. It's one of these like
Evolve
to level 5s. And if you go to the certain level 5, you can do it like for free or almost free.
I hate that these are so locked into the version numbers. Why wouldn't you just give us like mish and mash deck with these that plays good, like good together? I don't understand. Let's move on. We have
like,
also
like this could. I have to say this could have been like by placing 3 Digimon cards with DM trait, and then you can evolve to version 2 or
and
something like that.
Then you would not have needed to, I think, print 5 of these. Yeah, we have Waidmon also. It's black level 5 DM version 2 traded Digimon 8 play cost 8000 DP. Evolves on top of black level 4 cost of 4, or on top of a Vegemon cost 3, or level 4 with DM trait for a cost of 4. When any of your version 2 trait Digimon put Digimon into this card, for each of its face down Digivolution card reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. It has fragment 3 when Digivolving, when attacking once per turn. Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then by trashing this Digimon's bottom face down Digivolution card, return one of your opponent's play cost 4 or lower Digimon or Tamer to the hand. And inherit opponent's turn once per turn. When any of your opponent's Digimon attack, you may change the attack target to this Digimon.
Yeah, the when Digivolving when attacking is actually full, because like you can just even if you can't hit their like Digimons with after the Digivolution, you can probably hit any of their Tamers or most of the Tamers in the game. So
weird to see Black having bounce.
Yeah, true. But like I'm so out of these DM cards. They don't like. This technically has like
legs,
but again, it needs face down Digivolution.
Yeah.
Like any deck you want. So,
Hate this. And I hate the design.
Yeah, let's move to some CS stuff again. We have option card for basically all for CS as a whole. We have three use cost option card that is black and yellow called Kuremi Detective Agency. It has CS trait. While you have CS trait Digimon or Tamer on the field, you can in cards color requirements main, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 CS trait card among them to the hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck, place this card in the battle area, main, delay, gain 2 memory. Security place this card in the battle area also.
Yeah, it's a memory boost for CS decks, and it's also a memory boost for your Ether decks because your Ethers are CS traded.
Yeah, and it's technically like memory boost meets training because it can get any CS trait card. So it can be Tamer or option also. Yeah,
this is like the purple option for adventure.
Could be, I can't remember the purple.
It takes any adventure trait card.
Yeah,
from top 3.
This feels like super solid card for the CS decks, and it will probably be played in like 3s or 4s or something.
Yes.
More like.
Then we also have Alphamon 12 play cost 12,000 DP, level 6 Black and Yellow Super Rare Royal Knight X Antibody Holy Warrior and CS Trade Digimon. Digivolves on top of level 5 Black or Yellow for cost of 4, or on top of level 5 CS Trade for cost of 3, or while you have 3 or fewer secondary cards, Kyoko Kuremi for cost of 5. Reboot blocker on play when Digivolving. When attacking one of your opponent Digimon gets minus 5000 DP for turn. All turns much better when this Digimon suspend if Kyoko Kuremi is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, or if this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards. It gets plus 3000 DP until your opponent turn ends, then this Digimon unsuspends. Thank you, I can't read.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's like, I wasn't that like excited when I saw this, and this has the same condition as the
Lord Nightmon, yeah.
Yeah, so that's funny that they have, like, it makes sense that they have the same condition, to be honest. This is probably one of the better finishers for like just straight up CS deck, I guess. Probably this and like the Gammamon, I would say, are like the best CS finishers.
Yep.
Feels like it. I'm not sure. I haven't thought that far, but most of the CS cards are like either super locked in their archetypes or like they just wanted to make it so that like if you want to play like, let's call it Ami Aiba deck as a whole, like if you want to play the protagonist deck, so to say, then you don't have any dedicated levels yours, but you like kind of need to use all of them, or you need to what are your favorites do you want to use in your like high end.
Yeah.
So it is kind of interesting and fun like design choice, because it's the point of the game, point of the like the Cyber Sleuth game is to like you digivolve your Digimons, and then you have multiple level 6 Digimons that you like evolve into, and then you don't have any like dedicated boss for your own thing. You just choose what you like. But this has good things also, like, and I like the fact that you don't to have Kyoko to get like full value out of this card.
Yeah.
And like the when Digivolving when attacking is not once per turn, so you can get it like 3 times in one turn at least. Like, so it's minus 15,000 in one turn. Feels fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Of course, you need to like survive the attack, but still.
Yeah, but you're at least 15k to the first attack, so.
I think this is a fine card.
It's a fine card indeed. Then we have some CS/Nightclaw/Galaxy support, or rest of that kind of support. We have a new Legis purple and blue 5 play cost 6000 DP Digimon that can evolve from level 3 purple or blue for a cost of 3, or from level 3 with Nightclaw or Light Fang or CS Trade for. When Digivolving, if this Digimon's stack has 2 or more same level, you may play 1 Tamer card hand without paying the cost. This effect can't play cards while cards with the same name as any of your Tamer. Inherit all turns once per turn. When this Digimon Nightclaw, Light Fang or Galaxy be deleted by trashing 2 same level cards from its Digivolution card, it isn't deleted.
Yeah. 4 of in Galaxy.
Probably.
Yeah, you can play you have 3 different named Galaxy Tamers now. Spoilers ahead. But so you have 3 different targets for this in Galaxy, and you have many targets. No, it doesn't play CS Trade.
No.
So you have 3 targets for this in Galaxy. You didn't have ways to play Tamers for free before that, so this is a really like a good addition to the deck. And the leg looks broken out. And the inherit is really solid. It's BT9 Gammamon. Gammamon X actually, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's protection against deletion, which is like pretty nice to have.
Yeah.
As a whole.
I like this. This is a good card. Then we also have a new Gammamon 7 play cost 7000 DP, level 5 purple and a not yellow, blue Digimon. Evolves on top of purple or blue for cost of 4, or on top of level 4 with Nightclaw, Lightfang or Shelter Rate for cost of 3. Jamming, of course. When Digimon draw 1 and rush 1 card in your hand, then if this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't suspend until their turn ends, all turns the same protection. And it's Wizard, Nightclaw and CS Trader.
The art is gorgeous.
Yes.
Just saying.
It legs is fine again.
This is probably my favorite art from this set. Like, we haven't seen all the alt arts, but as a normal, this is probably my
gorgeous.
favorite.
And it's uncommon, so you can get the foil of it.
And it's not as good as the old Gammamon, because you can't go to this, like, well, to be fair, you can technically go to this for 1, but let's talk about
it.
In the next card, let's talk about that there. But like, you can't go just like, you can't just evolve into this for like 1, like you could with the old Gammamon, because there's no that kinds of shenanigans here.
Yeah. But cycling is really good.
Yeah, and jamming is always good.
Yeah.
It still makes something a suspend, so that's good. It has protection inherit. Like, there's many things to like about this card, and I'm not like saying it's a bad card, but it has it doesn't cheat memory like the old one did.
Yeah, I think the old one is kind of better because it can disable for 1, but like playing these together allows you to just like cheat memory so easily. So
yeah. Let's talk about I guess we should talk about the other secret rare in this set. As you alluded already, it's a Tamer card. It's from 4 Nightclaw, Lightfang, Galaxy, CS things. It's Sayo. Sayo is 4 play cost, purple and blue Tamer that has start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. Your turn, when one of your Digimon with 2 or more same level cards in deck attacks by suspending this Tamer, digivolve it into a Digimon card with Nightclaw, Lightfang, Galaxy, or CS straight in the trash with the Digivolve cost reduced by 2.
This is really good.
And this is Nightclaw and CS traded. And security, of course, plays this card without paying the cost.
Yeah.
This is probably also like the second best CS Tamer, I guess.
I'd hazard to guess.
Because I think Ami is the best, and then like this is probably the second best for CS deck. Because Kyoko is not like universally that good. It's more like if you want to play Alphamon, Kyoko is good then, basically. And even then you need to kind of build for it.
I hope Kyoko ain't 4 of in Royal Knights.
Probably not. Why would it be?
Because Alphamon, and you can disable Alphamon on top of it.
Oh, true. That's technically true indeed. Yeah, but yeah, and this is how you can go to like Gammamon, the Gammamon we just talked about, for 1 when you attack.
Yeah. Do you know what this allows you to do?
Tell me.
You can in Galaxy you can swing with your Gammamon and Digimon to Boltmon from your trash for 2. Absolutely broke.
That is... No. You can evolve for 1 to your Boltmon if you use the Gammamon Apple.
True, because there is the CS trait.
Yeah.
Oh
and then
my God.
The Boltmon does nothing.
True, because it's only works with flame cards.
Yeah, and it has when attacking, and you already attacked, so...
The payoff is there, finally, Boltmon tier 0. Yeah, but this is actually a really solid card.
Yeah, you can still like, indeed, you can like go to your level 5s, or like go to your level 5s for free, or like for 1.
Yeah.
Or you can go to your level 6 mons if you play like Claw CS, Light Fang. I think those are like, well, Gammamon is one that is probably going to
Gammamon
get
is one, and we also will get the Apollomon Ace. So I'd hazard to get that we are going to see new Grace Novamon at some point.
Yeah, that is probably a thing. I'm just thinking about this like more on the like
Galaxy Toolbox.
Decks. Yeah, the Galaxy Toolbox decks we have seen. And this feels like a really good Tamer. And I have this nagging feeling this is an arm and leg at some point.
Yeah, I will need 4 of these, even if you will not play 4 of it in Galaxy Toolbox, because if Grace Novamon deck becomes a really good one, I probably want to play that at some point, so I will need 4 of these. But this art is gorgeous, I love it, and like this feels like alt art already. So we need to see if this is better than the alt art. I doubt it, because Digimon's alt arts are really gorgeous, but
it's actually the fact that like both the secret rares in their normal versions, they don't have borders.
Yeah, that makes it better.
Yeah, because all the other Tamers don't look as good, even when they have the similar like background, because they have the borders around. So when you remove the borders, they become like super like interesting looking.
It looks like box topper Tamers.
Yeah, which is good. Those are usually super good looking.
And I also love the purple and blue color combination, and it works really well with her outfit. So this is really solid. I enjoy this kinda better than Kyoko's alt. Also, it also kind of works with colors, but the background colors work better with this, in my opinion.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, this is a super good card. Yeah, and for bonus we have a Digital Gate Open white promo option card that is 4 use cost, and for the first time, to my knowledge, we have a text. You can ignore this card's color requirements.
Just straight up, ignore color requirements.
Yeah. Main reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card and 1 Tamer card among them to the hand, return the rest to bottom of the deck. Then place this card in the battle area. Main delay. You may play 1 Tamer card with the same color as any of your Digimon on the field from your hand with the play cost reduced by 4. Inherit, not inherit. Security. You may play 1 Digimon card with a play cost 3 or less from your hand or trash without paying the cost, then add this card to the hand. This is a good card.
It's a funny little like option card, and I kinda enjoy the fact that it's just like, hey, here we are playing Digimon card game, you can search for a Digimon from the top of your deck and like play the Tamers if you have Digimon.
Yeah.
So on. So it's like, it's pretty flavorful also, and it's our first like option card that can search for white Digimons.
Yeah.
I think. Like without like certain names or something, you can just search for any white Digimon in the game. With
this might be the most generic card that we have in this game.
Yeah, no color requirements, nothing. You can search for any Digimon or Tamer.
Yeah.
Or Digimon and Tamer from top 3 cards.
Of course, and this does not work with decks that do not play Tamers. But because the delay does nothing in that case. Do we have those kind of decks that much? No.
Yeah. The only problem with this card is probably the fact that it costs 4, which is like, it's even more than like memory boosts. And 4 is pretty hefty cost, even if you can like cheat memory later. This is like an actual cost to play the card.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing, because if this was 3-cost card, this would be absolutely broken.
Yeah. Of course, it's good that it costs 4, but it's also like it's a restriction for the card, kinda, because it's so expensive.
I also have like thoughts about this card because it's a promo. So like this at start this will be really expensive because it's only from Bandai Card Games Fest. But like if this is anything like Digimon Liberator option card, was it no, Future Potential option card, this will be reprinted many times.
This is probably one of those cards that they could just put in like some tournament pack later on with like maybe some other art or something.
What's Bandai printing a tournament pack or like weekly tournament pack that only has 6 different arts for this?
No, it has Digital Gate Open, Future Potential, Digimon Liberator or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Digimon Liberator.
Yeah, all those like stupid white option cards.
and the most broken card ever that I can't remember the name of. The Digimon Con.
Alright, of course. That is the most OP card, Digimon Con 2023.
Yeah, they will reprint that.
All of those in the same. But
yes. But yeah, these were the cards from BT22. What do you think about this? I think this is a really good set. There is few dots, but you need to have few dots sometimes. I hate the DM stuff. I'm not a big fan of Appmon stuff, but I understand that we need to have Appmon stuff because it's part of the brand now. Again, kinda. CS stuff feels...
Set as a whole feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Way better than EX9.
Yeah, the jump from that is like from to the moon. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy this set. I want to build many things from this set and my wallet will cry. But if you want to help that, please become a channel member or go and check out Card Trader. Use our link down in the description. If you haven't already, you can also use the Security Attack 5 code to get 5% off your first order. Thank you for everyone who has used our affiliate link and helped us out. And thanks for our beloved channel members. We do not thank you enough.
Yes.
Do you have something to say in the end?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Remember to like and subscribe, consider becoming a channel member, go and check out Card Trader, and we will see you at the next video. Bye!
Bye.